Editing software.
He's got editing software.
Bear Grylls edits his fucking videos.
Bear Grylls is a faggot.
One more time, Dave.
Bear Grylls is a faggot.
That's going in. Howdy, Cowboy here. Today we're going to be doing a primitive fire technique known as the fire bow. So first we're going to get some supplies together, and then hopefully create a fire. So first thing, we got to look for the right kinds of trees. Some good trees for friction fire is going to be a red cedar, cottonwood, tamarack, American elm, or a slippery elm. The woods we're in right now, red cedar is pretty much our only option. We found this one. It's nice and dead. We're going to shave some bark for our tinder bundle. Then we're going to find a log and cut that out to make a fireboard. We'll go over some of these pieces a little later. But for right now, if you want to get in a little closer here, we're just going to work up and down. And this is the stuff we're after. So we'll get this together and we'll meet you back on the other side. We found a nice fallen red cedar here. We cut a log off from it, and we got some just dead kinder in here. You're going to want to grab more than this, but we've already got some in our pack. Now we're going to head back to our base camp, try to start this fire. Really quickly, we'll go over the supplies that we've got here. This is our red cedar log, and what we've done here is with another log, we've split that into one of the main pieces of this technique, which is the fireboard. So this is going to be our fireboard. Then we have the spindle, also made out of red cedar. We've got our bow. This is from a maple sapling. There's many different techniques to the bow. That one's worked in the past, so we're going to try it again. And then we also have our socket. We came across a brick, and we actually used another stone to carve out a little indentation in here. We've got our cedar shavings for our tinder, and we've also got some nice dry dead stuff, also some bigger stuff to get the fire going. You can see it smoking a little bit there. That should be enough. Show you guys here. Okay, we've pre-burned it. Now we're going to cut our wedge. I find it's best to use a saw for this. You get a little bit more control. So I'm just going to kind of get in here and start to try to open this up. I'm a little bit too far away, but we should be alright. And optimally, you want to cut a wedge 1/6 of the pie, almost to the center. And so the idea of this is you want all of the hot dust that you're going to be generating to fall into this groove and then fall onto what I use is the birch that we collected to hold the dust. You can use a leaf, preferably a dry leaf, but I think this is just a perfect little plate for that. So we've got kind of a little A-frame kind of setup here. This is where when we get our tinder going, we're going to put it under here. I'm just kind of breaking up some of this birch that will be the first kind of layer that we put on top and underneath. This, as I said before, has some oil in it that'll kind of keep it burning. So just the biggest rule of thumb in any kind of survival thing is to have 5 times as much as you think you need. So we got a lot of tinder. We really don't have as much wood as we should have. We just kind of have enough. This is some bigger stuff, and then these are our logs. So we'll just cut up some of this, strip it, so that you can put this on. Once the fire's going, you got to be really ginger with it. You don't want to just dump a bunch of what you think is fuel on top of it, because you'll just smother it out. Now is the moment of truth. We're going to actually start drilling for the purpose of getting an ember. So we're going to go and hopefully fill this entire area with hot wood dust, and then we're going to lift this and put it into our tinder bundle here. hopefully drop it in there and we'll extract the whole thing out first. So just like everything else, be patient. Don't be discouraged if you don't get this the first time around. There's a lot of trial and error involved in this. Body position is probably the most important thing. You want to kind of be as if you're proposing to a woman, and you got to find your socket stone. Where the hell is my socket? There it is. So spindle in, socket on, and I'm kind of locking my hand underneath my knee. Now I'm going to grab the bow and dive it down into the wood. Okay, so it looks like I got to go in a little bit of an angle here. Start off nice and slow. On a bit of an angle here. This is all part of it. You're going to have a lot of frustrating moments getting this going. Just take your time. You're going to have to, dial in the tension of your bow. Make sure you're going in nice and straight. Seems like it might be a little too tight. Once you get it going, just keep going. Keep it smoking. The more it's smoking, the closer you're getting. Just keep going. That's not what you want. But let's see if we got anything. Okay, we didn't get anything because I pulled it all apart. I'm through the board. I think that's the board that's smoking, not the ember. Nope, that's a coal. Gently drop it in. Hope that you can keep it. You want to really slowly build the heat. And you still don't have it. These birch will help. These are nice and dry. Hopefully get this stuff going. Okay, now it's flashing, but you could still lose it at this point. So just stay calm, keep an eye on it. You know, this is when you're really going to want to have this smaller stuff. Just be very mindful of what you actually have. Now it looks like we're actually doing pretty good here. As soon as these are actually burning and they're not just getting heated, you're a lot safer. But until that happens, just keep an eye on it. Keep adding birch as needed. Get it underneath here. And really, this is why a lot of tinder is critical. Because the longer you can get that bundle burning, the easier time you're going to have getting your next stuff going. This is nice, dead, and dry, so we can put some of this bigger stuff kind of on the outside. This stuff isn't burning because it's too far away from our actual fire, so let's throw that on there. Looks like we actually have a fire now. So we can just start throwing stuff on there like there ain't no tomorrow. Whew. So that is basically the fire drill. Now, if you actually try this technique on your own, don't be discouraged. It took me a long time to get to where I am now. It took us about 5 or 6 good attempts. That was the last one before we had to completely redo that burn socket. I'd like to give a special thanks to my cameraman, Brian Fisher, and my pack mule, David Thompson, for coming out here into the woods with me to make this happen. As you can see, I'm down to a t-shirt now. It's probably, what, mid to lower 40s out right now, so this fire really helps. And that's surviving with the Cowboy. So we're kind of just burning off all of our other supplies here. We got a nice sustainable hot fire. This is what you need to get. You'd actually want a little bit more than this before you start building a shelter, or actually go out into the woods and leave your fire unattended to get more wood to get you through the night. You don't want to lose your fire and have to do that all over again. So now that we've got a good sustainable hot fire, it's time to strip down naked and dance around a little bit. You ready, Brian?